Hi everybody, it's Danielle again, and today I'm going to show you the benefits of our clear mount stamps from Stampin' Up! As most of you know, maybe 2 years ago we started offering the clear mount stamp as opposed to the wood stamps, and as always I resisted. Now I absolutely love them, and I want to share with you why I love them. The first reason you should love these stamps is that they are more cost effective. Buying clear mount stamps cost less than purchasing on wood because you're really only receiving the rubber images. There are no wood blocks attached. What you'll do then is purchase individual clear blocks in different sizes that you need to fit your stamps. But the beauty of it all is that you really only need one of each size because these stamps simply attach by static cling, and I can go ahead and use this with another stamp of the same size. So you purchase one set of blocks either individually or the set as we offer them in the catalog, and you purchase your clear mount stamps, and again you will see a price difference. Another reason people love our clear mount stamps is simply it's a matter of storage space, saving that space from those bulky or plastic cases from the wood mount sets. Another thing I like about these I call them DVD cases, is they have the images that are contained in the set stamped right on the front. So when I'm cleaning up after a class or making a card, I know exactly what set those stamps belong. And if you store them this way, upright, they even have the stamps smaller, but on the spine of the case. So cost effectiveness, better storage, and they're so easy to use. Let me show you how to use one of these stamps, starting with how to put one together. I'm using set 1 of 2 of Gently Falling. It's a new stamp in our holiday mini catalog. And like our wood mount stamps, you'll just pop out the die cut image. I so love that they are die cut. And you're going to peel off the backing. What's different? It's not sticky like our wood mount stamps. Next thing you're going to do is go over to the labels. These are still clear stickers, but a little bit different here when you put them together. You'll see that they're split right down the middle, and you're going to peel off that backing, but don't lift up the sticker yet. Simply turn your stamp over and push down. Oh, there's the phone. And when I lift up, my sticker is on there fitting perfectly. That's how you put the stamps together. Let me show you how to use them. I mentioned that our stamps work with static cling. Basically all you do is put your block down and press, and it should stick. If for some reason it doesn't, here's a little trick that I learned from Stampin' Up! Demonstrator Support. If for some reason it doesn't get a good grip, they said to huff on it, wipe it on your jeans, huff on it again, and press down again. Apparently that gives you some moisture on the stamp, cleans off any debris that may be there, moistens it again, and it should be ready to go. So from Gently Falling, I have step 1, the outline stamp. I'm going to ink it up in soft suede and stamp as I would with any other stamp set. Now, I want to go ahead and use another image that's the same size. So I press down. This time I'm going to ink the solid stamp in More Mustard. And here we go, my favorite reason to purchase the clear mount stamps. I can see what I'm doing. Normally when I have these 2-step Stampin' sets, I have many out-of-body experiences, meaning the outline of the leaf and the solid part of the leaf are totally off. I'm really bad with those. So this is my #1 reason for loving clear mount stamps. I can see where I'm placing the stamps. Let me show you another use of our clear mount stamps. I have here some images from the Friends Forever set. It's the cute set with the little Scotty dog in it. And I also have a happy birthday from a different greeting set. But I've created a scene on one larger block. You also see this little peel and stick perfectly placed guide that's new that we're selling in the catalog. I also like these. They're clings. You can put them on, take them off as many times as you want, and I can just quickly show you the different guides that come in that kit. and it will help you line your images up, whether you have words or like I'm doing, building a scene. So I put my little stamps down on paper, and then I used the line here to line up the dog's feet and the wheel of the little barrel so that they at least looked like they were on the same piece of ground. So here, this is just going to save me some time, especially if I was mass producing cards. I have my 3 images, ink it up, whammo, instant scene. Okay, now you probably noticed on my clear block I also had a little mask of that wheelbarrow. So I want to put something in here, of course. You know, to make a mask, you just stamp that same image on a post-it note so that it sticks down there. And then I can put my little gift in, and it'll look realistic because it's going to look like it's down in the cart. And of course, to finish this, I would put something like, you know, some little, draw some lines in there. It looks like he's towing it. Okay, but again, very quick, keep that in mind for your Christmas cards when you're mass producing. Okay, so again, another use of the clear blocks. Well, let's take that one a step further. I did this one at a 2-5-10 a while back. Here I have a large clear block, and from the aviary set, I placed 3 birdhouses. Again, I used the grid lines from my perfectly placed little Klingon grid, okay, to line them all up. And I'm going to ink them all up, stamp them at once. This really saved time. I didn't have to use 3 separate blocks for each little bird cage. Everyone could just ink it up, press down, and get their instant scene. Whoops. Boy, I really need to stand when I stamp, but you'll get the idea, and I'll also show you a finished card in a moment. So then what I did was I took each individual little birdie separately and I placed it on the birdhouses. Just put the little stamp right there. Then I took my clear block and I pressed down, lifted it up, and now they're ready for everyone in my class to just ink these up with markers. Do this kind of quickly so you get the idea. And again, I did this at a 2-5-10 class where you want the cards to be quick. You don't want anybody to be stressed out. I didn't want them to have to use 3 blocks, as I said, 3 separate blocks for each of the bird cages. In fact, I didn't have 3 of that same size, nor did I want to have them have 3 more individual blocks on the table. So we just did it this way. All they had to do was ink it up, and they're in their cages just where you want them. Okay, so again, using your larger blocks to create a scene. And here's one other use that I've discovered recently. Those of you who have been stamping a while might remember what we used to call shadow stamps. Shadow stamps were nothing more than shapes. Shapes of rubber. Squares, circles, we even had a triangle at one point. And what we did with those was well, you could just stamp on them. Let me show you what I'm talking about here, because now we don't sell those stamps anymore, but I can use my clear block as a stamp to create a rectangle or square shape. So here, my clear block getting inked up on the crumb caking pad, press down, and I have my little shadow stamp. You can even do, here's just an example, let me show you very quickly. Let me ink that up again in crumb cake. And let's see, a complementary color here I have open is the suede. Let's do the rock and roll technique, where I just kind of ink up the edges. Notice how I'm tilting my stamp on the darker ink, so that when I stamp it, not only do I get my cute little square, it'll have a colorful edge around it. Okay, it looks like I sponged it. And then I can go ahead and stamp a solid image. Let me show you some finished samples of what I did here today. Okay, quick review. Easy to put together, your clear mount stamps. They cost less. They take up less space in your stamp room. You can do all kinds of fun things with them. Here's the gently falling sample. This was from my 2-5-10 this month, September. Doing the two-step stamping, not having an out-of-body experience. I'm so thrilled. That's my main love of the clear mount stamps. Here's the create a scene with your larger stamps, the aviary card. This one was made at a 2-5-10 a couple months ago. But again, it just saved time. Keep it in mind, especially for Christmas cards or any time you have to mass produce cards. You don't have to stamp everything individually. You get it done in one shot. And last but not least, the shadow stamp. Here you're going to see I just did the shadow using my clear block as a stamp. I went ahead and used my markers to ink up an image, put it right in there, finished my card with some scoring, some embossing, and some sponging with shimmer paint. And there you have it. I hope you love Clearmount stamps as much as I do. Have fun stamping!